Emulation devices? Legally licensed emulation devices? Well, yeah, okay. That's what we're going to talk about today. That is the Evercade, specifically this sideways one, so we can get into frame. Now, this one is the Atari Super Pocket Evercade Console. So, oh, and here's a game I got for it too. So, what is the Evercade? So, this here is a multi-game device, emulation. Ooh, ROMs, gotta be careful of ROMs. No, these are legal. These are ROMs. These are games where they've gone to the original, or I should say the current publisher, title holders, whatever, and say, hey, you want to license your game out to us? And they say yes. So we have a wide range of games. We got Atari games. We even have an N64 game on here. I still can't believe that. So I think before we look at the console, we'll just take a quick gander at the box here. I like the Centipede coming out. So I picked this because I like the idea of the 50 games in one. I know they're not going to be all super high quality. Some of them are going to just be like an Atari 2600 game, whatever. I'd be bored of it in 20 seconds. But the other options, I think there was a Taito one, which I'm not a big Taito fan other than Bubble Bobble. And Capcom, I think it had Street Fighter, and I don't know, that was the only other game I remember from it. That was Sammy in the corner there. So I didn't get those. So I could more relate to the Atari one. Plus, I like the range of games they got for this because they have first Atari. They've got like the Atari Lynx, the Atari 5200. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. There's Crystal Castles Berserk, I think. That is that game is Platform Bob right there, obviously. Adventure and Asteroids for the 2600. That is Centipede for the 5200. That is Boat Ship Dock game. That's yours revenge easily. That's Ninja Golf. Missile Command. Food Ninja. Yep, okay. I've identified the games. So this is actually, well, I'll let you read the back of this if you want to, but, it's all legal. It's all good. It's all high quality. So that means there's no funny English to laugh at. There's no typos that are hilarious. No, this is legitimate stuff. And it's legitimate hardware, too. I think it's obvious because I think you have to put that nowadays. If you're sponsored, you have to say it in the thing there. But no, this video is not sponsored. I bought this myself, and I'm just legitimately a fan of it. And I think, let me see what this came with in terms of literature. Give us the goodies within, please. We would like the goodies. The goodies are not happening. The goodies are a time that evade us, people. I don't want to rip the box. Oh, wait. There we go. Because I really did want to show, the experience of the unboxing and stuff. What do I mean by that? What I like about the Evercade is they're going back to a time, I feel, when it was like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, when you could, well, it didn't have to be a handheld. That's just my random example. But you buy a game, right? And you have, I don't know if you realize, but this is a plastic case. This is not cardboard. This is a plastic clamshell case. I'll get into the contents in a second. But this is high quality stuff, and it comes with a manual, and I'll show you what else it comes with too. But this one, let's see. I forgot. So the first time setup guide is also like an unfolding type poster thing. And I think, let's see, look at that. Back in the old days, right, when you get a flyer, like, here's the other games you could purchase through our catalog or what have you. Like, it takes you back to those days, and you can just look at it like, oh, I want that game. That game looks cool. I want that one. Just like it used to be. It's cool. So, put that over to the side. This is the dummy cartridge that came with it. The 50 built-in games are actually built into here, so this, oh yeah, it's not even a PCB. It's just an empty plastic shell, but it completes the look, and I appreciate that. And it actually fits in really snug, like the cartridges do. Yeah, it really helps complete the look, because otherwise it's just, open. I like that attention to detail. That is good stuff, people. You might notice it's got 2 shoulder buttons. Yeah, for a vertical handheld, that's pretty unusual. You don't see that as much. And it does get a little hand crampy, to be honest, but the build quality is really nice. The D-pad, well, aside from being able to press it in the middle, It's a very solid D-pad, and you can make out the diagonals just fine. Those work fine. The buttons are not too squishy. They're not too clicky. They are perfect. These buttons down here are clicky, but those are select and start. They can be. That's like a menu button that's clicky, volume, and then you got your shoulder buttons back here. So yeah, it does get a little cramped, but it reminds me of my Game Boy Color days when, you know, you had the vertical form factor. Horizontal, it's a little more comfortable in the long term, but I like the nostalgia. So what do we got? Oh, the game box. Right. So let's look at the back of the game box here. So this particular one is the Piko Collection 4. Say you might have noticed Glover by now. Apparently Piko, they own the Glover rights now. I forget who had it before them, but it wasn't Piko, but they have it now. So here's a list of the games that come on here. I have only legitimately heard of maybe 2 or 3 of these, to be honest. Like, I've heard of Target Renegade, I think, through Ashens, but the rest of these I'm honestly not familiar with. But I have tried them on and off. And I still can't believe one of the games in here is an N64 game. That still blows my mind. So when you open it up, you know, you got the cartridge in there. And again, this is all plastic. This is, you know, it's not cardboard. You actually get a manual, which tells you a little bit, a full color manual. It tells you a little bit about every game. It tells you what all the controls are. There's a table of contents. Look at that. There's effort put in there. That is cool stuff that you just do not see anymore. And that is what I really, really like about the Evercade. Because I know any of us can go on like a TikTok shop and buy a sketchy $25 looking emulation device that's the ad has an AI voiceover and it's like, this has 6,000 games in one and it is every video game in your childhood that you have ever loved and played and cherished. Yeah, but nah, it's not special, right? Because, wow, this is even nice paper. This doesn't even feel like paper. It feels like it's, like coated, like plastic coated paper. Is this like UV protected? Okay, I don't know the game Risky Woods, but right here, this Glover poster, I will legitimately hang this up somewhere. I don't know where, but this is getting hung up because I love that. Look at that. That is so cool. Just like you'd get back in the day. You don't see this anymore. Anyway, enough gushing about how cool or whatever I think this thing is. It's actually turned the dang thing on, right? We're like 10 minutes in. We're going to need to put the cartridge back in. Me being curious, like when I take stuff, when I get new things, I like to take them apart. People called me crazy for taking apart my Switch when I first got it, but I have to know what's inside, right? I need to know how it works, what makes it tick. This, I can't get it open. I got the 4 Phillips screws off, and nothing. I couldn't get it to budge. I don't know if it's like, I don't know what that's called. Like, it's not welding, but like they melt the plastic and make a seam, and then the seam is like, you can't pull it apart. So I think there's more to it than just these 4 screws. So I couldn't get inside. The cartridge has absolutely no way to get in whatsoever. Here's the label. There's no screw under the label that I can feel. That is all flat under there. There's no hidden screw. The only way in here is breaking it. So we will not get to see what the inside of this looks like, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and boot it up. Power switch is on the bottom. Charges with a rechargeable battery built in. Charges via USB-C. And look at that. It's a headphone jack. Takes a few seconds to boot. The face reflection you get in yours might be different than the face reflection you see here. Your results may vary. There we go. So these are all the games that are built into it. And then if we hit, I believe that, yep, and then Evercade. Now it's accessing the games that are built into the cartridge. And it's kind of interesting the way the cartridges work because they're kind of, I guess I'll say accidentally hot swappable. Like, I guess they expected that, look, at some point somebody is going to try to pull the cartridge out while it's running to see how it behaves, right? To see if it does a funny freeze like a Game Boy Advance game or something. But it seems that whenever you load a game from the cartridge, it goes into the RAM, and then when you pull the cartridge out, I tried it, the game keeps running. It actually keeps running. And if I pull it out now, see, it gracefully just goes no cartridge inserted, and it takes you to where you could scan, I think, a QR code. Oh, no, it shows you screenshots. Yeah, screenshots of games, and then find out more, and you scan the QR code. So it handles it really gracefully. Put it back in and see if it updates that live. Just like that. Boom. That's pretty cool. one thing I noticed, you don't want to do that, though, when you're playing the Evercade. I noticed with games, after I pulled the cartridge out, the save states, because yes, this actually supports save states. I think they actually save on the cartridge, because after I pulled it out, I could no longer do save states. It looked like they were saving, but when I went to restart it, there was nothing there. But if I don't pull the cartridge out, it doesn't do that. So treat it like it expects to, and it'll be just fine for you. Settings. Let's look at the settings here, huh? Difficulty. Oh, I forgot. You can put the games in like an easy mode. I find that pretty interesting. I might have to experiment more with that. Let's see here. Display. You can actually do some pretty decent scanline filters on here. They're pretty convincing, I will say. They don't look too fake. I could turn the photosensitivity warning on and off. Interesting. Back you. Back you. Oh, do I have to hit this? Yeah, I gotta hit the menu button. All right, let's check one of the built-in ones. We're gonna save Glover for last, because come on, it's Glover, man. Let's play Atari. Let's play Adventure for the Atari 2600. Oh, that's right. I think I was playing around. I had a save going. Maybe? What is happening? Oh, nope, nope, okay. Yeah, this is... Let me turn up the volume. There's not much sound in this game, but... This is what adventure games were in 1979, 1980. You've seen the parodies. You know, whenever media references old games, like, oh, you're a single pixel on the screen. Here you are actually a single flippin' pixel. I think the dragon ate me and now I'm dead. Yep, okay, I had to hit start again. Let's go this way. We find our hero. Green Square. Oh, God, it's the dragon. I gotta get the key. Give me the key. Oh, that dragon's fast. I'm faster than him, though. Oh, did I just hurt him? I'm not sure how, but I think I hurt... Oh, God, he's following me. Oh, jeez. Okay, no, get. I think this is the key door. Nope, that's it. Oh, God. How is it? I guess it's stopping him because I have the key. I never played Adventure all the way through. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm in a dungeon now. And you know what, though? I still got my trusty key. I bet in 1980 this was pretty freaking cool. All right. I'm sure if I, a walkthrough and some save states, I can make it work, but... What else we got in here? Let's go the other way. Oh, Yar's Revenge. Yeah, we gotta do that. Yar's Revenge is classic, man. Keep fixing my glasses. You can see it in the screen. There we go. I want to talk about the volume while I have it fresh in my head. That's one thing I'm not too fond of on here. Not the volume itself. I mean how you change it. So it's all software. You hit the buttons and they go up a level at a time. It's not a dial that you turn, which is fine, but there's almost no steps in between. So what I mean is now I have it totally muted. Now if I hit up just one time, it's a pretty decent volume. I mean, if I was trying to play this at night and it was like totally quiet, there's no fan on or anything, somebody's going to hear this. And it, I don't know, might wake them up, but there's no lower option. The next lower option is off. Go back up. How loud does this go? Sorry, I'm starting to get lost in Yar's Revenge there. The sound effects that come out of this game are the sound effects I think of in my head when someone says Atari. I just hear Yar's Revenge and those sound effects. Wizard for 2600. Did I ever play that? What is this? Oh, I hit start. That's right. Oh, look at my little walk cycle. Look at his little legs. I don't know why, but that walk cycle is awesome. I think I have the scan lines. Yeah, I do have the scan lines turned on. I'm leaving them on, because honestly, the scan lines don't look too bad. Those kind of creating like a warping effect in the screen there. Hey, you know what? For you guys, let's turn those off for now. None. And that was on subtle. Strong scan lines are very noticeable. There we go. That's better for you guys. Wow, I'm just taking all these hits like it's nothing. Nope, I'm not dead, but I'm walking very slowly. Jeez. I don't know what that spinning circle thing is, but it really wants me dead. All right. It would be cool if this had some sort of video out capability, but I knew this wasn't going to when I bought it. There are... Turn down the volume so I'm not talking over it. There are Evercades that you can hook up to your TV. I think it's called the Evercade VR. And I think they just released another handheld in landscape orientation that comes with all 3 Tomb Raider games. But yeah, there's different versions of this, so you don't have to have it handheld if you don't want to. And the cartridges all work with Evercade, so any handheld that has the Evercade branding, I was going to show on the box, but I can't find it when I need it. There it is. Any handheld with Evercade gaming logos can use Evercade carts. And I think I actually have this game on my Atari. But it is, if you ever wonder to yourself how pinball would be on a 2600, and you haven't seen it before, the answer is probably about what you expected of it. You know what, just looking at this and hearing the basic Atari sound effects, and it was pinball at home in 1979 or whatever, I bet you there was someone had a great aunt who probably smoked multiple packs a day, and she probably played this game to death in her shag carpet den. That was, at this point, probably more cigarette ash than shag carpet. And she probably sat in front of this for hours like, I'm playing my pinball. It had to have happened somewhere. It was the 70s and 80s. Not sure what the flash was. Probably some sort of bonus. All right, quit. Let's find one more built-in game that I like besides Tempest, because I like Tempest. Scrapyard Dog. This is actually a platformer I've been trying to play through. I have a save state somewhere, but I'll just start from the beginning here. Scrapyard Dog. The face detection's picking that up. And I think this is an Atari Lynx game, if I remember right. So your dog gets taken to the pound. It seems to be a... Yeah, I've got the dog. Find us if you want to see him again. From Mr. Big. Anyone see that King of the Hill episode with Mr. Big? Junkyard. Yeah, it's a platforming game for the Atari Lynx, which, you know, I'm a platforming sucker, so give me all the platformers, right? The controls in this are mostly okay. The can or whatever that you throw bounces off walls, and you can only throw one at a time. But it's a pretty effective little projectile the way it bounces. You can throw it up too. No, not like that. So yeah, that's Scrapyard Dog, but if you've played the game, you probably already know. So no, I'm not going to show all 50 games on here, but what I really wanted to show is that the 50 games it has on here, it handles them fantastically. You know, it's official and well, I shouldn't say that, because not every official device is good. Look at the PlayStation Classic, for example. But no, this has some real quality and, like, care and love and attention put into it, for real. And I think, on that note, let's end it with an N64 game. Turn up the volume again. Takes a few seconds to load, but it's not too bad. I think that intro screen is different from the N64 version. Funny thing is, my copy of Glover that I had for the N64, it saves games, but only sometimes. Like, you might go to boot it up one day, and all the save files are deleted. And no, it's not the battery in the cartridge, because most N64 games didn't have a battery in the cartridge. Glover was also one of those. No battery. It was all chip. But I don't know if that means the chip inside is going iffy, or... I think one time I saw something, it could mean that the connection, when you booted the game, the connection between the cart and the console wasn't good enough, but there was no way for the game to really, like, tell you that, and it doesn't save your game proper. IDKLOL. But it's Glover. Look at that. It's fully rendered 3D on this thing. We were just playing Atari 2600 games on here. I'm now just rendering 3D graphics. Whatever. No big deal. It's fine. Let's go to the practice stage. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, the controls, this is the type of game where the controls on here get a little tight. If I had the Evercade that plugs into your TV, I could use a controller that had a joystick, but for now, we just have our D-pad. And this, I find interesting, is the mascot in the original game used to be like a little blue hat, and I think it was the wizard's hat. But here, it's a little mini Evercade console, and his name is Katie. Look at that. They actually changed it for this game. I do wonder, let me bring it up closer to you guys. I do wonder if this game is based off of the PlayStation 1 version. I say that because the textures don't have any of that anti-aliasing going on, or the filtering that they put on textures in N64 games. I'm not complaining about the texture quality, I'm just making observations. I don't need PlayStation people to come after me in the comments. Look, I get it. They were just, the machines were built different. They were both good consoles, okay? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me either, Mr. Bat. Yeah, I know I missed the ball, but I'm just going through the paces here. Let me load my save state, actually. Load. What's this one? Oh, I was playing around with this glitch. Ready? If you bring this dude... Oh, let me turn the camera around. There we go. If you bring him in the rocket ship at the end of this level... I always did this trick as a kid. I ruined it. I wasn't supposed to knock the ball off. No, I'm doing it. I talked about it, and now I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. I think now I have to hop off of him. Yeah, there we go. Now watch this, ready? He's in the rocket ship with us, but eventually the rocket ship despawns off screen and he falls back to Earth. There he is. I love doing that trick as a kid, and I love that the trick still works on the Evercade. It's good stuff. I literally made a save state for it. That's how much I love doing that trick. It's the carnival world in Glover. Who doesn't like the carnival world? I did the level where you play like the arcade games, and this one where you ride the roller coaster. Man, Glover's a good time. Glover's awesome. Don't listen to what anyone else says. Glover's one of the best games ever made. Oh. You know, I was talking about the cartridge thing earlier. I wonder if you can... What happens if you try to load one when the cart is out? Oops. Oh, but see, yeah. Game is still running. Game's still running. Totally fine. Sound is there, too. Is the game loaded into RAM in its entirety? I don't know. Maybe. But, let's see. Load. Oh, yeah, look at that. So now if I go to load, there's the thumbnail for the save state. Yeah, it doesn't load now. And if you put it back in, that does not fix it. Let's see here. Load. Yeah, no. The only way to get save state functionality back again is to restart the game. Oh, see, it thought none was inserted when we exited. I don't know. I don't know why I'm going on about the cartridge thing. I just think it's neat to see how gracefully it handles it instead of, like, freaking out, bugging out with crazy graphics or sound that hurts your ears. Nah, it does it really subdued. And it is a nice handheld. It's a quality handheld. I've been playing through a couple of the games on here. I am going to 100% Glover. I will. I swear I'm going to. Even if it is on a D-pad. But I like this handheld. I like the Atari color scheme, too. The red and the black. It looks really nice. The Taito and the Capcom ones, I think they were blue. And the one that hooks up to your TV is like a silver. But, yeah. That'll do it for the Evercade. If you want something that has a lot of games on it and you know they're going to be handpicked with love and care, go for the Evercade. I get sick of seeing those multi-game consoles on the market because it's all just the same thing, 6,000 games in one, or it's every NES game repeated 11 times. Like, ugh. So this is a nice, refreshing thing to see. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm leaving now.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to the people listed here. These are the Patreon supporters that allow me to keep doing what I do on YouTube. Wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. There's a Discord server in the description if you want to join there. And on Twitch, I stream every week on Tuesday. Come hang out with us.